Hey guys, welcome back to Dictator Debbie, and today I am going to watch Spider-Man. I am running really late. I'm meant to be watching Spider-Man, A Brand New Day and Practical Magic, and I am running really late, so I don't even have time to do a little video before I go. But when I come back, I will give you my full review and opinion of the film. This will be my first time doing a video like this, so please be patient with me, okay? So I am back from seeing Spider-Man, Brand New Day, and I loved it. I also loved Practical Magic, but I already knew I loved that film. The day the film came out, I started at 2 p.m. We started showings at 5:30 p.m. Tell me why from 5:30 p.m. and onwards, we had 11 sold out shows. It was the worst shift of my life. It was. So when I finished, we had the midnight viewing of Spider-Man, and I had been wanting to go to it, so I went to it, right? I got up to when Pete goes to see Bruce at the university, and I just burst out into tears. I'd been going in and out crying in the toilets, and then in the screen I just started crying. It had been a long day working at the cinema, and then I was back at the same cinema. It was just too much for me, and I left early. So I really wanted to see this film as soon as I could though, because I love Spider-Man and I didn't want to miss it. Before I saw it yesterday, I had been seeing like bits and pieces of the films. I'm not really that fussed about spoilers ever, so I was seeing bits and pieces of the film and I was like, what's going on? What's happening? I can now finally say that I have seen the film and I know what's happening. So two things. Once again, if you see me looking like this instead of there, it's because I'm looking at myself in the viewfinder, because I'm very distracting to myself. And then the second thing is, this video is not spoiler free. This is officially a spoiler warning. Do not say that I didn't tell you, okay? Spoiler warning, spoiler warning, spoiler warning. Do not come for me. Do not swear at me. You have been warned. Spoiler, 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 spoiler. Spoiler all over the place, okay? Spoiler. So what I loved most about the film was the general vibe of the film. Felt like, you know, the PlayStation version of Spider-Man, Marvel's Spider-Man, that's what it felt like. Even with those small glimpses of Tombstone, who I wish was in the film a lot more, but even that glimpse of him, I loved that. I really liked the actor. I can't remember the actor's name, but I liked that short appearance he made. And then Scorpion, again, he's in the game, that felt like it. And even with the hand felt like such a Spider-Man game thing. Do they appear in Spider-Man 2? I don't have a PlayStation 5 yet, guys, so I haven't played Spider-Man 2, so I don't know what's going on in that game. I haven't even watched the playthrough, so if they appear in Spider-Man 2, sorry. I also really liked the music in the film. I liked the score, and I liked the motif that was repeating throughout the film. If you don't know what motif means, a motif is a recurring anything really in entertainment. So a recurring image, a recurring piece of music. I hope I'm getting this description right, but I think I am. I will put it up in the edits. But yes, that is a motive, and I really liked the motive of the film. I would put it here, but I do not want a copyright strike. Also, something really annoying happened to me during the film, right? My sister called me, and obviously because it's my sister, I got out of the screen, looked for service because our cinema doesn't have great service, picked up her call. Why is this girl calling me for Hollister skirt? I thought it was an emergency and I left the film. By the time I come back in, Bruce Banner has been beating Peter up and I've missed the whole thing. I didn't even like realize. Well, I did know why, because again, bits and pieces of the film I've seen, but I wanted to be there and see the full thing. I was so angry, so angry. I thought it was an emergency. My sister, when I told her, she was like, oh, why didn't you ignore my call? You're my sister and you're calling me. Of course I'm gonna pick up. And also I thought it was an emergency because she doesn't usually call me. So my sister, if you're watching this video, watch your back. Watch your back. And when I'm back home, I'll deal with you. I really liked that DeWolff was also in the film as well. I wonder where they're going with that, because if you have played Spider-Man, the game on PlayStation, DeWolff is friends with Yuri, the detective, and DeWolff's brother is the original Wraith, who Yuri becomes at the end of Spider-Man, The City That Never Sleeps, the DLC to Spider-Man. And I've lost my train of thought. And in Spider-Man 2, Yuri becomes Wraith, which also happens in the comics. It was really interesting to see DeWolff as the captain in the movie, because I'm pretty sure Jean hasn't been, the original Jean anyway, hasn't been in the comics for a while, and that's because, comic spoiler, I'm just gonna make it clear there's a comic spoiler here. She dies in the comics. I think her boyfriend kills her in the comics, which is really dark. But yeah, he kills her in the comics, and then Yuri becomes Wraith to avenge her. I have not read the old comics in a while. I may be making that up. I think a few years ago she came back, but it wasn't the original Jean, it was a clone. And I think that's how I found out about the original Jean and her story back then, because when I saw DeWolff, I was like, I know that. I know this, you guys. I've read this. I was like, yeah, I'm a comic book reader. I'm better than you. I'm not better than you guys. That was a joke. Please don't kill me. I am so scared of Marvel fans. And I'm a Marvel fan. Jean Grey's appearance as a whole, loved it. Absolutely loved it. Young me, after watching Jean Grey on X-Men Evolution, and her and Spider-Man have had a few crossovers in the comics. I say a few crossovers. Spider-Man even taught at the school. What am I talking about? Anyways, I wasn't expecting to see them in the same, like for her to be in his film in the MCU. I was not expecting that, and I'm really happy with it. I enjoyed it. I think Sadie Sink did a great job. I think the backstory was great. I think Sarah Grey, I'll be honest, I hadn't heard of Sarah Grey. I don't know how. I mean, I wasn't really an X-Men comics reader. No. Unless you count House of M. But then that was both really the Avengers and X-Men. But I'm rambling. I loved Sadie Sink's performance as Jean Grey in the film. And I'm really excited to see where this goes. I'm so excited. Where did Jean go at the end? Where is she going? Who is she gonna find? The biggest thing I want to talk about though are the universal inhibitors. Oh my gosh. MJ and Peter have accidentally created something that is going to destroy these mutants. Because Damage Control had access to the inhibitors. I'm really bad at saying that word, so if I say it wrong. Inhibitors. Damage Control had access to the inhibitors when they captured Jean. So did they replicate the technology? 100%. And they're going to use that against mutants. And MJ and Spider-Man, Peter, they created that. Obviously they took it from Bruce, but they've created a universal one. There is not a doubt in my mind, and probably everyone else's, that they have replicated that technology and we are about to see it used against mutants. As for the ending, well, not really the ending, but kind of MJ and Ned's endings. MJ, Michelle Jones, I think she was completely valid in her feelings. I mean, the spell did what it was supposed to do, exactly as Peter wanted. She can't remember him. I don't know if MJ should appear in the next film. I say I don't know as if I've got any decisions in it, but I mean, my opinion, I'm split up. As an original character from the whole, trilogy, I want her to appear, but I think it's time for Peter to move on to different interests. And that's not saying that he can't come back to MJ in the future. He better not die. That's all I mean. He better not die. We will riot, guys. There is nothing to say that Peter can't come back to MJ in the future, but let's have him explore other interests, other love interests. With Ned, I'm so sorry, the scene where Bruce gets arrested, like he's there showing it on the news that he's been arrested, and Ned is like crying and wiping away his tears. He's so mean. If I was in that universe, I'd be doing the same thing. Like, what went wrong, Hulk? You were doing so well. People are debating whether Ned remembered Peter at the end or not. I don't think he remembered him. I think he realized that he was talking to Spider-Man because of that scene earlier when MJ said his name as he's walking out the window. So Ned realized, oh, Peter, I've heard that before. Peter as in Spider-Man. So maybe Peter's gonna tell him. I hope so. I hope so. Peter, don't be alone anymore. They were all right. Don't be alone anymore. When the film was finished, guys, I didn't wait for the after credits. Don't jump me, okay? I will explain. I have watched that post-credit scene and the end credits in whole, I'm gonna say over 50 times now. I work at the cinema. I'm cleaning the screens. I'm getting everyone's rubbish at the end. So I wait at the end with the rubbish bag and I hear that beep, beep, beep. Spider-Man detected. Spider-Man detected. Or was it Spider-Man located? Maybe I don't know it as well as I think. Anyways, when I first saw the after credits scene, which was after the first viewing of it at 5:30, I turned to my co-worker and I was like, do you think that's Miles? Do you think that's Miles Morales? And that's because I thought the spider tracker appearing in space, it was like the whole space-time continuum thing. I hope I said continuum right. Yeah, probably. So I thought, even if not Miles, I thought it was picking up a variant of Spider-Man. But if not Miles, who else is it gonna be? But my co-worker said to me that it's still 616's Spider-Man, you know, Tom Holland's Spider-Man, but he's been transported to Battleworld to set up for Secret Wars. And I was like, oh, okay, I get that one. But now I'm thinking, right, Secret Wars is still in 2027. We've got Doomsday in 2026. And obviously Peter, Tom Holland, he's going to be in this one. So is this... I actually don't know. I don't know. Because I don't think Battleworlds... He can't be on Battleworlds yet. He can't be on Battleworld yet. So where is he? Where did he go? I don't know. I'm really excited for Doomsday now, guys. I am really excited for Doomsday. Anyways, that's all I have for my first ever movie review. How did I do? If you have me on Letterboxd, then you know that I rate every film 5 stars. And my reviews are usually loved it, classic. Sometimes there's even a mix of both classic and loved it. Sometimes there's cinema, usually on a film about hedgehogs or chipmunks. Maybe this is why people don't let me recommend them stuff. Huh. Anyways, I will see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.